Hi everyone, welcome to FinTech Academy. This is Harsh. In today's video tutorial, I will go over the T1 general form used for filing personal income tax returns here in Canada. So let's start with the understanding of the T1 general form and its 7 sections. Alright, so first of all, understanding the T1 general form. What is the T1 general tax form? Also called T1 jacket, general income tax form, or income tax and benefit return. The T1 tax form is what individual Canadians use to complete their personal income tax return. The form is a summary of all the other forms you complete for your income taxes and is made up of your provincial or territorial tax, except for the province of Quebec, your total income, your net income, your tax payable, your deductions, your non-refundable credits, and more. When you file your taxes, this form is used to apply for benefits like the Canada Child Benefit or refundable credits such as the GST/HST tax credit. It has 7 sections. So the form starts first of all with identification and other information. Thereafter, the total income, you provide that, calculates the net income. Then comes the taxable income. Thereafter, the federal tax. Formerly, it used to be a separate Schedule 1, but now is incorporated in the form. Next comes the provincial or territorial tax calculations. And lastly, the step 7, which is a refund or balance owing on the tax return. All right, so let's have a look at the step 1, which is identification and other information. In this section, provide the information of the taxpayer and their spouse or common law partner. If they have one, provide details such as your name, address, social insurance number, marital status, your residency, and any foreign property that you owned. As shown in the diagram over here, these are the steps. That's the step 1, identification and other information. Mention about your identification, information about you, and the details about the rest of the things, your marital status, and all those stuff will be shown on this step number 1. All right, the step 2 is about total income. Report your income on lines 10-100 to 14-600 using your information slips along with the instructions provided on your return and on any applicable worksheet, schedule, and form. You may receive income that is not reported on an information slip, but that income still has to be reported. So as an example, if someone says I have the T4 slips, well, you will put that right over here on line 10-100. Or if a senior says I got like the old age security, that will also go over here. And if there is someone who says I got a rental income, that will go right over here on line 12-600. If you got a business income, that will go and sit over here on line 13-500. Overall, if you see all the income, whatever the taxpayer has earned will show over here. The final amount will be shown as net income on line 15,000 over here. Examples of income could be employment income, other employment income, old age security, OAS, CPP or QPP benefits, interest and investment income, and support payments received. All right, the next step number 3 is net income. Report the amounts and claim the deductions that apply to you on lines 2600 to 23500 using your information slips along with the instructions provided on your return and on any applicable worksheet, schedule, and form. So if you look right over here, these are the deductions which can help reduce the income which we saw in the previous step 2. So basically, let's say if someone says I did an RRSP investment, well, that'll go sit right over here on line 2800. Or if there is a childcare expenses to be claimed, that will also go and show over here. Or if there is moving expenses or support payments that have been made, all those deductions will go and sit over here for the taxpayer. Ultimately, we will see that there's a net income showing up on the bottom, which is line 23,600 over here. And once we have the net income showing up, the next is going to be taxable income. Claim the deductions that apply to you on line 24,400 to 25,600 using your information slips along with the instructions provided on your return and on any applicable forms. So furthermore, any deductions will go and sit over here. And finally, once you have that, you have the taxable income, which is shown over here on line 26,000. What could be examples of furthermore deductions? If there is a non-capital losses of other years for the taxpayer, additional deductions, they all go and sit, and you are ready with line 26,000, which is the taxable income. Well, once we have the taxable income, then comes the step number 5, which is going to be about federal tax. Formerly, it used to be Schedule 1, and I know you guys are pretty eager on the federal tax, which is also the non-refundable tax credits, which you can claim in this Part A. So all the non-refundable tax credits can be seen over here. There could be additions or deductions or of these credits. So income tax is one topic which is like constantly updating. So make sure that you know what you see over here. Maybe next year, most of them do stay, but the numbers do get changed, so we need to keep an eye on those. Claim the non-refundable tax credits that apply to you on lines 30,000 to 34,900 using your information slips along with the instructions provided on your return and on any applicable worksheet, schedule, and form. These credits reduce the federal tax you have to pay. So basically that's the benefit of these credits, that they help you reduce the federal tax to pay. However, if the total of these credits is more than the federal tax you have to pay, you will not get a refund for the difference, because these are non-refundable tax credits. So they can get you up to 0, but they cannot get you a refund. Now if you are wondering what are the different kind of credits, then yes, there is a refundable tax credit and there's a non-refundable tax credit. These are all non-refundable tax credits. For example, let's say if there is someone who has gone for tuition, right? So there could be a tuition amounts over here, right? That could be claimed, which is on Schedule 11, and you got to use those credits wisely, because you don't want to let it go just like that if you do not have to pay the tax for whatever reason. But again, every taxpayer situation might be different, so you'll have to study on that you know, where it is applicable, you use it, where you can carry forward, you can carry forward as well. There is a Part B to that, which is help you to calculate the federal tax on taxable income. So once we have completed that part, as per the tax brackets, we will see that the calculations need to be done. If you're using a software, of course the software will spit it out for you pretty easily, that where do you stand. And Part C, which is a net federal tax, will be calculated and shown on line 42,000 over here. So examples of credit, that is the main highlight of this particular section. It could be Canada caregiver amount, it could be the amount for an eligible dependent, home buyers amount, disability amount, medical expenses, and it could be any of these which are applicable to the taxpayer. The next is step 6, and that is the provincial or territorial tax. If you are not a resident of Quebec on December 31, complete Form 428 to calculate your provincial or territorial tax. Complete from Ontario 428, which is also called ON 428, if one of the following applies. You were a resident of Ontario at the end of the year, you were a non-resident of Canada in previous years, and any of the following applies. You earn income from employment in Ontario, you received income from a business with a permanent establishment only in Ontario. The form on 428 is divided in 3 parts and is step 6 in completing your T1 general return. Complete this form and attach a copy of your return. Ontario tax on taxable income, which is tax rates, that is Part A. There is a Part B, which is Ontario non-refundable tax credits, and the Part C, which is the calculations of the Ontario tax. So that is your step 6, which is provincial or territorial tax. Well, finally, the last step, which is step 7, that is refund or balance owing. Claim the amounts that apply to you on lines for 42,000 to 48,200 using your information slips along with the instructions provided in step 7 of your return and on any applicable worksheet, schedule, and form. In this section of the guide, you will find information you may need to supplement the instructions on the return. So right over here, there are different kind of refundable tax credits. That's what you'll find over here, as well as any kind of overpayments that have happened. So if you see right on the top, that's where the net federal tax that comes. There is also the provincial or territorial tax form 428, and there is also the provincial territorial credits, which is another form that is from 479, or if you're in Ontario, it will be on 479. Plus, there are CPP overpayments if there has been made, employment insurance overpayments, climate action incentive, Canada Workers Benefit, all those things show up over here. So examples could be CPP EI overpayments, medical expenses supplement, Canada Workers Benefit, CWB, climate action incentive, CAI, provincial on credits from on 479, and if any installments that have been paid. So basically at the end you will see whether there is a refund that will be shown over here, or there is a balance owing that you need to, that will be shown in this section. The certification, signing, and all the stuff needs to be completed, and that will complete your tax return. Alright guys, so this is what the 7 sections of the T1 General Tax form are there. In one of the next tutorial, I will be showing you hands-on how you put in the basic information of the taxpayer, and it shows in the form in what section. Well, if you found this video helpful, please like our video and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Also, let me know in comments what would you like to see in future videos, i.e. Harsh, I want to see this video, or Harsh, can you make a video on this topic for accounting and bookkeeping, QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online, Excel, Canadian Income Tax T1, Canadian Income Tax T2, or Canadian Payroll. Alternatively, you can visit us at fintechsolutions.ca for our courses. Thanks for watching.